Hello everyone, I'm Pierrette and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are making shrimp tacos. Not just any shrimp tacos. These are inspired by my favorite shrimp tacos in San Diego. And I've made these before for my family and we've gotten just about as close as I could hope without having them actually make them for me and serve them. So here we go. We're gonna start first with the fresh tomato topping, sort of a pico de gallo, and work our way into the rest of the dish. So we're gonna start with a half an onion. I'm chopping the onions even smaller because I don't want big bites of onion in this. I wanna taste all the flavors, but I don't wanna get a big bite of onion when I'm eating. Hold your knife in one position and work your way around. Okay, that ought to do it. And now we're gonna chop up some tomato. Sorry about that, my eyes are watering from those onions. We're gonna take 3 tomatoes. Probably don't need this many, but it depends on how many people you're serving. And the first thing I wanna do, this is that self-sharpening knife that I always talk about. If you're not familiar with it, I did make a video. I'm just gonna cut the core out of these. Okay. Now there are 2 ways to go about this. One, you can cut from the center of the tomato downward. The other way to do it is to cut it hemispherically, like the equator. If you do it this way, you can pull the seeds out. It just depends on whether or not you mind having seeds in your salsa, pico de gallo. But we do want a little bit of juice in it because that's what's gonna help the salt and all the seasonings get into the tomatoes. I'm gonna clean off the cutting board real quick and then we're gonna move on to the rest of them. We are going to mix up our tomato and onion mixture. We're just gonna add a little salt and pepper. And I'm gonna take the juice of half of a lime. This one's meant for lemons, not just because it's yellow, they code them that way, but for sizing. All right, so that's done. Just gonna take a quick taste. That tastes amazing. The next step is we're gonna do our buttermilk dressing. And this is a ranch type dressing. It's just based with a little bit of buttermilk. And this, I'm gonna give you some basic guidelines, but you really have to kind of do it to taste. So we're gonna take a half a cup of buttermilk. And I'm going to add some dill. And you can see, I'm not shy with it. You want quite a bit of flavor. So we've got a little dill and a little bit of parsley. So basically we're making sort of a ranch dressing. So dill and parsley, and I would say probably half a teaspoon of each of those. And then we're gonna add some more pepper. Now, if you don't like the taste of buttermilk, you can always use heavy cream. That works too, or even a half and half. The idea is that you want something creamy on top. So salt, pepper, dill, and parsley, that's it. We're just gonna mix this up. So we're gonna set that to the side. The next step is to do some garlic. We're gonna prepare some garlic. I'm just smashing the garlic cloves to get the skins off of them. And then I'm gonna put it in a pile in the middle of my cutting board. My husband bought me a brand new gadget that I wanna try. It's like a garlic masher, and it has all these little holes, and you just take the garlic and press. And I have tried this before, and what I do like about it is it's easier to clean than a traditional garlic press. And the last thing that we want to do is trim up some red cabbage. And we don't need a ton of this, it's really just for color and a little bit of a crunch. We're gonna take a minute and we're gonna scoot over to the cooktop and we're going to cook our shrimp with garlic and lime and and a little bit of salt and pepper. Our shrimp is ready to go. I turned on the flame to a medium heat. I let the pan warm up a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil and my garlic. Let that garlic cook up just a little bit before we add our shrimp. So you may also notice that I drained the shrimp. Because I bought these frozen, I emptied out the bag, got as much liquid as I could, and then I set them in paper towels to dry them. So we're just gonna put them in this pan with the garlic, crushed red pepper. I'd say 1/4 teaspoon is about all that you need, but you can decide the spice level for yourself. And just a little bit of salt. We are gonna add a little bit of regular black pepper as well. I don't usually salt seafood very much because it comes out of the sea and it's already pretty salty. Shrimp do not take very long to cook at all. I'm going to add the other half of my lime. If you don't have one of the squeezers, you can use a reamer. When they start to feel a little more rubbery, not rubbery, you don't want them rubbery. When they start to feel a little bit firm, they're just about ready. You can turn off the heat and just let them rest. If you continue to cook them, by the time your tortillas and everything are ready, they'll be overcooked. So I'm going to turn these off and push them off to the side. But what I'm going to do next is warm up our tortillas, and that step is optional. And I'm going to take a tortilla. These are carb-savvy tortillas from Trader Joe's, and what I love about these is they only have 9 grams of carbs in one tortilla, which isn't bad, because regular tortillas can have anywhere from 20 to 30. So I just throw these on an open flame and just let them get a little bit warm. Sometimes I like them even a little toasty because that smoky flavor is so good with the rest of your food. And you can see they're just starting to get a little bit of color on them. And you can see they're nice and smoky. This is a good chance to put in your cheddar cheese right at the beginning while they're still warm. And we're gonna go back to the island and assemble. So we start with our 2 warmed tortillas, and we did put a little bit of cheddar cheese in the bottom. And we're gonna take a couple of shrimp. And I usually do 3 to 4 shrimp per taco because you want everyone to get, you know, a bite of shrimp per taco. This one we're doing 5. This tortilla is a little bit smaller, so we'll go with 3. And everyone still gets a full shrimp. Okay, now I'm gonna take a little bit of avocado, and this is optional if you're allergic or you don't like avocado or you just don't feel like it needs it, that's fine. I personally love it. So a little bit of avocado. We're gonna do a little bit of this pico de gallo. In each one. And just a tiny bit of our red cabbage for color and crunch. And then lastly, just a little drizzle of our buttermilk ranch kind of dressing that we did. Look at those. They're beautiful. I can't wait for you to try them. I can't wait to try them. Okay, this is it, the big taste test. You ready? A little bite of everything. Cheese, shrimp. Mmm. You get all of the flavors and they're so fresh. The shrimp gives so much flavor. You get a little bit of red pepper, a little bit of the lime, you get the onion, tomato, the avocado, just every flavor that we have on the table comes through. I really hope you guys will try these. I'm gonna finish this one and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.